Hi there, I am Jake, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll once again learn English in a fun and meaningful way by listening to an inspiring story. This isn't just any story. It's one that teaches a powerful life lesson while helping you improve your vocabulary, listening skills, and understanding of English. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. And at the end, we'll explore some useful words, phrases, and idioms used in the story to help you speak English more naturally and confidently.
The Beauty in Mistakes. Rian was a bright and diligent boy who lived in a quiet town. He always aimed for perfection, whether it was in school, sports, or simple conversations. But deep down, he was terrified of making mistakes. In his mind, failure meant shame and judgment. His parents often told him, mistakes are stepping stones to success. But Ryan didn't believe them. He thought people only respected those who never slipped up. So, he avoided anything new. He never joined contests, stayed silent in class, and even refused to learn to cycle, afraid he'd fall and look foolish. One day, a wise professor visited his school to give a talk on success. Every great inventor, artist, and leader, he said, has one thing in common. They failed. Not once, but many times. And each time, they learned, adapted, and grew. Rian rolled his eyes. Easier said than done, he muttered. The professor noticed and smiled. Let me share a story. He spoke of two artists, Raghav and Vihan, invited by a king to paint palace walls. Raghav painted boldly, turning every mistake into a beautiful detail. He believed, art isn't perfect, it's alive. Vihan, on the other hand, was afraid of errors. He erased and redid every tiny flaw, aiming for perfection. While Raghav finished a vibrant masterpiece, Vihan barely completed a corner. The king praised Raghav's unique style and told Vihan, your fear stole your chance to create. The story struck a chord with Ryan. That evening, he asked his father, have you made mistakes? His dad chuckled, plenty, but each one taught me something worth knowing. Inspired, Rian joined a quiz competition the next day. He made mistakes, but this time, he didn't run from them. He also began learning to cycle. Yes, he fell, got bruised, but he got up stronger each time. Years later, Rian became a successful entrepreneur. When asked his secret, he smiled and said, the biggest mistake is being afraid of mistakes. They don't hold you back, they help you grow. Morale: mistakes aren't the end. They're the beginning of something great. Embrace them, learn, and move forward.
Wow! What an amazing story, right? It reminds us that mistakes are not something to be afraid of. They're how we grow and improve. Now, let's take a few minutes to break down the story and learn some of the most interesting vocabulary, idioms, and phrases that were used. These will help you sound more natural and fluent in English conversations. Vocabulary words, with examples: 1. Bright, intelligent, smart. Example: Rian was a bright student who always topped his class. 2. Terrified, extremely afraid. Example: he was terrified of making mistakes in front of others. 3. Stepping stones, small stages or steps toward success. Example: every failure became a stepping stone to his future success. 4. Adapted, changed to fit new conditions. Example: Raghav adapted to every mistake in his painting by turning it into art. 5. Vibrant, full of energy and life. Example: his painting was full of vibrant colors that brought the wall to life. 6th masterpiece, a work of outstanding skill or beauty. Example: the king called Raghav's artwork a masterpiece. 7. Bruised, injured, used metaphorically for emotional or mental struggles. Example: though he was bruised by failures, he never gave up. 8. Entrepreneur, a person who starts and runs a business. Example: Rian later became a successful entrepreneur because he learned from his mistakes. Useful phrases. 1. aimed for perfection, tried very hard to be perfect. Example, Vihan aimed for perfection in every brush stroke, which slowed him down. 2. Deep down, at a deeper emotional level. Example, deep down, Ryan was afraid people would laugh if he failed. 3. Easier said than done. Easy to say, difficult to actually do. Example, don't be afraid of mistakes is easier said than done for many students. Struck a chord with someone, to cause someone to feel strong emotions. Example, the professor's story struck a chord with Ryan, as it mirrored his own fears. Idioms 1. Mistakes are stepping stones to success. Mistakes help you grow. Example, the professor reminded everyone that mistakes are stepping stones to success. 2. Slipped up, made a mistake. Example, Ryan slipped up during the quiz, but he didn't let it stop him. 3. The biggest mistake is being afraid of mistakes. Wordplay, fear of failure stops progress. Example, Ryan learned that the biggest mistake is being afraid of mistakes, because it stops you from trying at all. And that's it for today's story and lesson. Remember, mistakes aren't something to fear. They're how we grow, learn, and succeed. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Keep learning, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.